Real quick. Oh Lord. Real quick. Real quick. I was reading not reading, I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was a guy talking about like his spiritual encounters, and he was actually having multiple people up on his YouTube platform just speaking about, the multiple spiritual encounters that they've had. And one thing I've noticed about even my, spiritual, metaphysical, otherworldly experiences, whatever you want to call it, I've noticed that a lot of people who have otherworldly experiences, to me, it's almost like it's two types of people to me. It's like people who have those encounters and they go deeper into it to find out, okay, where did that come from? The cultures behind it. What was like you got people who, once they have an experience, they want to go deeper into that to find what was the actual cause of that. And you have so whether somebody sees a UFO, whether somebody sees a ghost, is like there's actions after they have that experience that kind of changes them, or they kind of now realize like, okay, there's this other world going on and I'm still of this world too. But then you have some people where it's just like they have that one experience and it's over. Like they don't want to have it again. They don't want to know what it's about. They don't want to go deeper into it. And I've always thought that was, I'm gonna turn this heat on. I've always thought that was interesting because that seems to be a reoccurrence that I'm seeing just in the life. As my man's Q would say, like I'm seeing this reoccurrence of just these two type of people where it's like people who want to know about the totality of the world around them. They want to know about the expansiveness of the world around them. They just don't want to be boxed in. Okay, I go to work, I'm this type of person when I'm over here, and then that's it. Everything just stops. To me, it does seem like that. It's like people where if you've ever played a video game, there's like sometimes there can be times where like you go off the map and like the game might glitch or like, but like basically when you go off the map, you're kind of like out of the game. Like this is it. Like you're, how do I put this? Like I'm gonna use a better example because not everybody has played video games or had that experience. Yeah, to me it's just like it's almost like a cliff where it's like where some people it's like the cliff stops at like family, society, cultures, things they was brought in, and that's it. But then with other people it's like there's no cliff. It's like it keeps going. Like, I learned about this. Okay, let me learn about that. Okay, let me learn about this. Okay, let me be aware of that. Okay, let me learn about this. And I just think that's very I always thought everyone would kind of want to know about all the aspects of life, not just like whatever benefits them or whatever they can stand on that makes them feel right. I always thought everybody would really like to know like just the totality of the world around them. And as I'm getting older, I'm realizing like, nah, it's really just kind of like it's two types of people. You got people who they are really interested in like kind of everything, but then you got some people where it's just like, nah, I'm good over here. Like I'm good in this little like, and I ain't knocking it. Like, hey, like was different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just thought that was an interesting thing. That I was just like, wow, that really is like. That's why even a lot of times where like, if you've ever been the type of person where you always find yourself like you're the person in the friend group or the family that's like, did y'all hear about this? Or did you know they was doing that? Or did you know they was doing this? And then like you'll notice if you're not around people like that, they'll kind of start like getting annoyed with you, or they'll kind of start wanting you to shut the fuck up because it's like you're breaking the walls that they've kind of put around themselves. And that's what they are, to be honest with you. Like, you can't tell me you're not willing to know more about your reality, but be like, oh, I don't have no walls up. Yeah, you kind of do. Like, so a lot of times, yeah, when you're an expansive person, you're a person who can go from like one topic to this topic to know about this. You've had this experience, like you've had a wide variety of experiences. It is really hard to sometimes be around people where it's just like, no, they want to stay right here. Like they want to stay right here. They don't want to be bothered with. They don't want to know, like, unless the only time they're kind of pleased with your type of conversations if it still has to do with like the box they're in or the cell that they're in. And like I said, I ain't knocking nobody. It's just me realizing, like, me having this breakdown in my mind and realizing, like, okay, like, for instance, I said this example to my brother yesterday. I was like, you got some people where they'll look at an ocean and, like, you know, I feel like everybody kind of knows this, but still go along with me on this example. You might look at an ocean, right? And some people might be like, oh, there's nothing going on. Like there's no big waves. You know what I'm saying? We don't see creatures popping up out the ocean. Like, so to me, to a regular, just, you know, regular person's mind who's not trying to look any farther into it, they'll just be like, oh, there's no life on the ocean, or just like there's nothing happening, not knowing like underwater there's a whole nother ecosystem going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you just looking at, all I see is the sun, sky, and this flat, you know what I'm saying, this just water that just looks expansive and it looks like there's no activity. Well, like, yeah, you staying in that limited like perception and like not going off that limited information that you're working on. Of course you would just look at the ocean and just be like, okay, yeah, there's nothing going on here. But it's once you start learning more information, once you realize, like, oh, nah, there's a whole nother world under there. And I feel like that's how people do life. I feel like that's even when people say like they want depth in their life, they want a deepness, they want to like substance in their life. The deeper you go, to me, the more substance. That's why you get like oil. That's why, like, there's called buried treasure. Like, you got to go inside. You really got to do that. Like, you got to expand yourself. Like, so, yeah, I guess you could call this a little rant, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what I'm going to name this yet. But, I guess, yeah, I might call this like black sheep, white sheep. White sheep to me would be like the ones that just follow the crowd and they just kind of they're very surface level. And then black sheeps would be ones that are like actually are just real explorers, like mentally and physically. Like, I want to know more about myself. I want to know more about the world around me. Like, to me, that's more of a like, that's kind of taking more of like the solo adventurer route. Whereas like the white sheep would be more like, well, everybody's doing this and this is the popular consensus, so like this is what we're doing over here. And I only got that example too. This ain't no racial shit. I don't need people coming up with random ass, oh, why did he pick black sheep, white sheep? No, to me it's just like, how often do you see a black sheep? How often do you see a white sheep? There we go. So like, you know what I mean? Like, when they're showing sheep, they always see white ones. When you always see them, they're always following a herd. They're always, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a more collective mindset to me. It's a more like group mentality thinking, more than like an individual way of thinking. So that's it, y'all. Peace. I said I was going to be consistent with this. You know what I'm saying? I definitely been seeing, you know, some good feedback and some, you know, people looking at the videos. So I'm going to keep doing it. I ain't gonna try. We're gonna drop a video every day. I was busy this weekend. I was hanging out with some family. Had a good time. I was up in VA. But, yeah. Every day we're gonna drop a video. So, there you go. That'll be easy. Peace.